In every type of US jet ever built during World War II, we step into a remarkably focused yet profoundly important chapter of American aviation. Unlike other nations that poured vast resources into late war jet projects, the United States produced only 3 genuine jet aircraft before the conflict ended. Their numbers were small, their timelines short, and their missions exploratory. Yet each one marked a decisive break with decades of piston engine thinking. Together, they illustrate the moment when American engineers, pilots, and strategists first confronted the challenges and possibilities of jet propulsion. What follows is a guided tour through these pioneering machines, tracing how they emerged, how they performed, and how they shaped the first foundations of the US jet age. Let us begin with the one that quietly opened the door. The Bell P-59 Airacomet stands as the United States' first jet aircraft, born from urgency and secrecy as the war intensified. Its origins lay in intelligence shared by the British, who were already flying their own turbojet prototypes. When American officials realized the strategic significance of this technology, they authorized Bell to construct a jet fighter in strict secrecy, bypassing the usual layers of administrative delay. The result was an aircraft that appeared conventional at a distance, with straight wings, a rounded fuselage, and a familiar stance on the ground. Only on closer inspection did its true nature reveal itself. 2 early turbojets slung beneath the fuselage, feeding on air through modest ducts and exhausting with a thin, shimmering plume. These engines, derived from British designs but built domestically by General Electric, produced limited thrust and suffered from short service lives, yet they represented a critical technological leap. In the air, the Airacomet delivered lessons rather than victories. Its top speed rarely outpaced the best piston fighters, and its climb performance was modest. Pilots reported sluggish acceleration and delicate throttle response, a stark contrast to the more immediate feel of propeller aircraft. Even so, they also discovered qualities unknown in piston machines: smoothness at high speed, a lack of vibration, and the strange sensation of flying without the constant torque and prop wash of a large engine. The P-59 never came close to combat deployment, but it served exactly the role it needed to play. It trained the first American jet pilots, introduced ground crews to turbine maintenance, revealed aerodynamic quirks that engineers had not previously encountered, and established the operational framework required for later jets. In essence, it was a classroom in the sky, preparing the United States for the next generation of fighters. From this cautious beginning, we move to the aircraft that truly demonstrated how far American jet technology could advance in a short time. The Lockheed XP-80, later refined into the P-80 Shooting Star. Unlike the Airacomet, which had been designed before the United States fully grasped the potential of jets, the XP-80 emerged from a more focused ambition. Lockheed assigned a small, highly skilled team to create a frontline jet fighter in record time, drawing on the sleek aerodynamic philosophy that had made the company's earlier aircraft so successful. The design featured a single turbojet, mounted deep inside the fuselage, fed by cleanly sculpted mid-body intakes and exhausted through a short, efficient tailpipe. The overall shape was smooth, modern, and purposeful, a clear step beyond anything the United States had previously flown. When test flights began, the transformation was unmistakable. The XP-80 could exceed 500 miles per hour, climbing and diving with a consistency and precision that astonished its pilots. The tricycle landing gear gave it excellent stability on the ground, and the bubble canopy offered wide visibility suited to high-speed dogfighting. Though the war's end arrived before it could engage in combat, a small number of aircraft were shipped to Europe for operational evaluation. These deployments demonstrated to Allied air commands that the jet era had arrived in earnest, even if too late for operational use in the conflict they had been built to influence. The Shooting Star would soon become the first mass-produced American jet fighter and the foundation of post-war jet training and combat operations, but all of this rested on the wartime XP-80 program. It was not just America's second jet, it was the first that truly represented a combat-ready vision of the future. The final aircraft in this wartime lineage takes us in a different direction, away from refinement and toward radical experimentation. The Northrop XP-79 was conceived as an interceptor, unlike anything the United States had yet attempted. A compact, tailless aircraft shaped around the aerodynamic principles that Northrop believed would eventually dominate high-speed flight. Its triangular wing blended smoothly into the fuselage, creating a single lifting surface without the familiar horizontal tail. This configuration aimed to reduce drag and improve roll performance, offering the possibility of a small, agile fighter capable of reaching speeds beyond the limits of piston engine aircraft. Early concepts proposed the use of reinforced leading edges for ramming attacks, though the tested prototype relied on jet propulsion alone, supported by auxiliary power options during development. Flying the XP-79 presented unique challenges. Without a conventional tail, stability depended on precise control surfaces and careful management of airflow across the wing. Engineers wrestled with issues of pitch authority, side slip behavior, and center of gravity sensitivity, problems made more complex by the unfamiliar characteristics of jet thrust. Yet the aircraft offered valuable insight into how tailless designs behaved at high speed. Although only one prototype flew and its tests were brief, it served as a stepping stone toward the later Northrop flying wing jets that would influence strategic bomber development in the coming decades. The XP-79 may have been short-lived, but it symbolized a bold willingness to challenge aerodynamic convention at a moment when technology was advancing faster than ever before. As we reflect on these three machines, the full picture becomes clear. The United States did not field operational jet fighters during the Second World War, but it laid the essential groundwork for the jet age that followed. The Bell P-59 provided the first cautious steps. The Lockheed XP-80 demonstrated true combat potential, and the Northrop XP-79 explored the fringes of aerodynamic possibility. Each represented a different approach to the same question. How could the jet engine reshape the future of flight? Though limited in number, these aircraft marked the nation's first encounters with a technology that would redefine both military aviation and global air travel. In examining every type of US jet ever built during WWII, we witnessed the moment when American aviation crossed the threshold into a new world of speed, innovation, and unprecedented potential.